Thanks for joining us for Marketing Tutorials. In this episode, we're going to talk about finding content to post to your social media profiles. So we're going to start out with a simple question we get a lot of the time, and that's how often should we be posting? How often do I need to post to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? Do I post multiple times a day? Is it different between the different platforms? Which are all great questions. And this is kind of what we say is the typical norm within this kind of a system. So, and this, just let me preface this with, this is going to change based on your industry, based on what categories you're using, what kind of content you're posting. For example, Facebook 1 to 2 times a day, Twitter 3 to 10 times per day. Twitter's a lot shorter form kind of content, so it's much faster to consume. So you can do it a little bit more. Instagram 1 to 2 times per day. And LinkedIn, 1 time per weekday. And again, these are kind of baseline numbers. These are non-industry specific. It's kind of, those numbers across the board. For example, if I'm a retailer, a boutique retailer, fashion, clothing, I may want to use Instagram and use it more often. I may want to be posting, photos of my models, photos of our what we have for sale, those types of things on a regular basis, where an attorney might, for example, not even use Instagram, but be pretty active on LinkedIn because it's more of a professional profile. So those are the kind of things you need to take into consideration. It kind of goes in with this next point of, take a peek at the successful companies in your industry. Go see what they're posting, see how often they're posting. Use some of that as a guideline. If they have a really great social presence, see what they're doing online and utilize that to build your own sort of strategy. Now, once you kind of know how often you should be posting, it's, next question is, what do I post? What type of content should I be posting? First off, you want to make it relevant to your industry. People are following you, people are engaging with you because they're interested in what you do. So make it relevant to your industry, make it exciting, make it something that people that are either in your industry or potential customers are going to be interested in. Test out different topics to see what gets the best engagement. Test out different ideas, different ways of even presenting this information so that you can see what works, what doesn't, and you get better at it. Test things out. You never know. Maybe a specific hashtag starts to get a lot of a whole lot of traction for you. Make sure you start utilizing that more often in your posts. Test out different formats that you're using as well. You never know. Maybe images gets a lot more traction than videos for your specific industry, or vice versa. Test things out, try things, see what happens, and over time you'll kind of hone what seems to be your best engagement kind of system going forward. Use hashtags to your posts in front of your relevant audiences. So one of the big things is, when using social media, you don't just want to blast it out there to have something on social media that doesn't do you any good, doesn't do anybody else any good, and it's just wasting your time actually. So make sure you're pinpointing who your customer might be or who you want this information to get to, and then use those specific hashtags to get it in front of those specific search terms that people might be looking for. Also, one of the great things you can do here is actually utilize, again, your go to your competitors, go to businesses that are successful in your industry, see what hashtags they're using, see what kind of content they're creating. That's going to give you a great kind of template for what you could be doing as well. So don't be afraid of using other people's ideas when necessary. And then mix content you create personally, that your business creates, with some other content types. It can be hard to come up with content on a regular basis. So utilize other people's content along with your own. So you want to be posting regularly about your own products, your services, your industry, the things you know well about, but also articles, information from other sources or other influencers, for example, that have great content. Use their content, reshare that sort of stuff. It's a great way to be able to create more content, keep your social media profiles active without having to go through the whole process of continuing to come up with something brand new on your own. News is a great way to do it. If there's news about your industry, share it online. We're going to show you some really great tools here in just a moment to show you how you can find that content and share it on your system. And then the last question we get is, okay, I see that we need to be posting more often, but how do I do that? That's a grind. There's a number of different social profiles that I should, or I'm being told that I need to be on. How do I make sure that I am staying engaged and relevant on these pages? A couple tips for doing that. Number one, be realistic. Build a schedule you can keep up with. you don't think you can do, 8 tweets per day, because that's what your competition is doing, set in your mind what you can do and be realistic about it. Just start and say, you know what, I'm going to do it twice a day. I know I can do it twice a day. And I'm going to post to Facebook once a day or once every other day even. And it just starts to build that kind of system. And, that might lead later on down the road to you being able to post more and being more active in your industry or your community. But to start off, start with something that is realistic, build that schedule. So say I'm going to post at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. every single day, put it in your calendar, build a schedule around it, and just get it done. What you'll find is over time, it just becomes easier and easier to make sure you're posting that content on a regular basis. And then you can add other times or other post times in there as well. So again, just be realistic about it where you're going to fit. If you're not realistic and you try to do too much, you're going to burn out. Set up alerts to your relevant news that you can share. This is a great way, again, to have content that you can just easily share online. We're going to show you some tools to find some of that content as well, but set up those alerts so you can, scroll through some content, and it might just even give you ideas for your own personal content or your, things that you want to share. You don't even always have to share other people's content. Maybe it just sparks an idea saying, hey, I saw this great piece on, red accent walls. I'm a designer and I did something on red access pillows. And I am going to write a quick blog about that and share it. So little things like that. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of ideas that can be created by these kinds of alerts. Create a theme for your posts to help you keep focused. This is actually a really cool idea as well. It is, let's say I want to post about red throw pillows, and I want to make sure that I can create enough content about this. Well, maybe there's a way you can take, instead of just red throw pillows, you can do a 3 or 4 part series themed on red accent pieces, right? So create those types of ideas in your mind, and that will help you create content you can share, and you can build that out. So say, I'm going to do this piece, episode number 1 this day, episode 2 this day, episode 3 this day, and allows you to be able to create a really structured and easy to manage strategy for your social media. And then use technology to help you discover the new content and schedule these posts. That's probably the biggest thing we're going to talk about today, is being able to find the content that you need to be able to share, and then making it very simple to keep up with it, and then not only post, but also engage and keep engagement with all these different posts as well. So let's go ahead and see some technology to help this be more simple for you. So as you can see on our platform here, we are in the social tool today. Again, there's a lot of different tools in this platform: email marketing, review management, CRM, etc. We're going to be focusing on the social tool because that's what we're talking about today, and trying to find new content to post to your social channels. Within the system, you can come in, you can add all your different services right here very quickly and easily. So you got your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, your YouTube, Google My Business, all the different profiles that you want to set up. Once you get that set up, you can start posting, you can start engaging on all these different channels. So let's say I'm looking for new content to post. I can come in, I can quickly and easily, post my content to all my social channels just by coming in and checking off the different social profiles that I want to post it to. Once I get those all in, I can, create my text, create my content, just like that. And then I can actually differentiate the content between all the different social profiles as well. So over here, I can add, I can at somebody. Here I can add an image to it if I want on my Instagram. I can add hashtags to my Twitter that I don't want on the other one, so I can differentiate my content very quickly and easily. And then I can send it now. I can schedule it for a later time if I want. It also evaluates your posts over time, and actually will give you a best time to engage, a set optimal time. It's going to say that you get the best engagement when you post at this time. So kind of a neat tool to be able to make sure you're posting at the time you're going to get the optimal amount of engagement on your posts. So you can do all of that, and then quickly and easily post to all your different social profiles at one time, making that a lot easier for you. Another neat structure in this is the ability to be able to compose in bulk. So let's say I want to come in, and maybe Monday mornings are pretty open for me, and I want to be able to schedule my post for the next 3 days really quickly and easily. I can come in here, I can do that. I can set my messages for each day, the send dates, the send times. I can select what services I want them to go on, all that stuff. So really easy to kind of manage all of this and make sure that you're creating content that can be posted very quickly and easily to all your social profiles. So now that we've got that down, we understand how to post to social and connect. What about coming up with new content, right? We need new content, and as we're saying, we need to be posting to all these different social profiles on a regular basis to keep our profiles active. This is a great tool right here. We're going to get into the suggestions tool. Is fantastic for helping you be able to do just that. Let's say I'm in the fitness industry, so I come in here, I type in fitness, and I search that as my topic. As you can see here, I now have a ton of articles, related topics right here, a ton of articles that I can look at, I can read, I can engage with. And let's say I find one that I really like, I can actually come in here and I can share it very quickly and easily right through the platform. So it brings in the information, brings in the post, brings in the link. I select my services just as before. I can then come in, I can edit the content all I want. If I want to add some hashtags or whatever I want, I can replace my images on these posts. And then I can, again, send now, I can send for later, I can, by scheduling it, I can set up approval processes, all of those types of things in here as well. And I can also add images and videos right through the platform. So again, a really great way to just be able to manage this and find new content to post on a regular basis. One of the other neat things about this as well is it has an influencer section as well. So I can come in here and find influencers on that specific topic. So I can come in, look through, see if I can find, Michelle Obama, for example, health and fitness. I can come in, I can follow them, I can reply to them, I can see their feeds, I can see all sorts of different information about them. You can also, for profiles that allow it, you could direct message them right in the platform as well. So there's a lot of different options. You can look at the timeline, mentions, history. So a great way to engage with different social media influencers and share content back and forth, see if there's something that they may have in here that you want to share. So you can, reshare some of this information if you want, or you can actually, try to engage with them, message them, and share your content with them, hope to get that shared across their network. Another cool tool in here is the keyword structure tool. You can come in here and you can actually set keywords. So I got fitness set up as a keyword in here, and then I can come in, I can see content from other people based on that specific keyword, see what other people are sharing. And from here, I can actually like it. I can set it negative or positive for myself. So that way I know, it's going to find more content or less content like that one for me when I come in here again. I can retweet it, I can reply to it, all these different kinds of systems to really make sure that I'm finding new content on a regular basis. I also can set this up to actually alert me. So I can set up an alert based on this topic. I can come in, my description has these specific terms in it. I can come in and create all of this, and then I can set up email notifications. So I can say, okay, I want it to send me a daily new post, new positive post, negative post, weekly, all that great stuff. So the ability to really come in and set those notifications we were talking about to make sure you're finding new content that you can post on a regular basis. So a great tool to help you find content, share content, create, and just make sure you're getting the information out there that you want. And then the nice thing about this too is once you do start to create, you do start to post your information, you can actually come in and engage through here as well. So if I'm posting something on my Facebook page, I can come in, I can see if people are liking it, I can see if people are responding to it, I can respond back and forth, I can have those conversations right through the platform, which is great for being able to not only get your content out there, but also engage with potential customers, potential clients, or people that are just engaging with your content. So that's what we wanted to show you today, how to create content and how to find new content and how often you should be posting, all great information to be able to make you have a successful social media strategy. If you're interested in seeing a demo on this tool and all the functionality within it, or any of the other tools that are sold on the platform, all a la carte, go ahead and click the link in the description there and schedule a demo with our team. Thanks.